We begin today's show looking at how President Trump is shaping the federal judiciary with the confirmation of a 12th Circuit Court judge earlier this month. Trump set a record for the most appellate judges confirmed in a president's first year in office. President Trump began his term having to fill 150 vacancies in the federal courts, or about 10% of the federal judiciary, largely due to a backlog caused by Republican obstruction of confirmations during the Obama administration. Early in his first year in office, Trump appointed conservative Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch. But legal experts say Trump's appointments to the lower courts will have the most impact on American life because those courts decide nearly all cases, ranging from voting rights and contraception to gay rights and immigration.
Well, for more, we're joined by Judge Shira Shenlin. She served 22 years as United States District Judge for the Southern District of New York. She was appointed by Bill Clinton and left the bench in April of last year. She's a member of the Executive Committee of the Board of the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law. Her recent piece published in The Guardian is headlined, "Trump's New Team of Judges Will Radically Change American Society," and also has a recent op-ed piece in the New York Times. Judge Shenlin, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Talk about what is happening now with the federal judiciary.
A lot is happening right now, and as you already said, at record speed. You mentioned that 12 circuit judges have been confirmed. The previous high was 3, and that was President Obama got 3 circuit judges confirmed in his first year. So we are seeing a rapid effort to pack the courts with what can only be termed very conservative judges and justices. We have 1 Supreme Court justice, and everybody pays a lot of attention to that. But the reality is that the lower courts is where the action is. So on the 13 circuit courts, they write 60,000 opinions. The Supreme Court writes 62. So you can see that the final word in most cases is at the appellate level. The trial courts write several 100,000 opinions per year. There are a total of about 179 circuit judges throughout the country, 677 district court judges. And as you know, a Supreme Court vacancy is a very rare event. So if those lower courts become filled with very conservative judges, all of whom who have life tenure, all of whom will serve 30 to 40 years, then the impact of these appointments will last for decades. And the judges he's picked are not going to be friendly to abortion rights, gay rights, affirmative action, voting rights, so many issues that affect so many people on a daily basis. They're anti-regulation. There's just so many subject matters that will change when these folks become the majority on the various appellate and district courts.
Well, you've written that Trump has not only rushed all these appointments, but he's also ceded the selection of the judges to the Federalist Society and the Heritage Foundation.
That seems true. Those are the go-to sources that he uses to find qualified, in his view, qualified candidates for the federal courts. So when he wants to find people who think as he thinks, or who will become judges in the mold that he would like to see, he goes to those sources to find the candidates. Now, there are 13 of them. And when President Obama took office, 10 of those 13 had a majority of Republican-appointed judges. But when he left, only 4 were majority Republican-appointed. In other words, he shifted the balance of the circuit courts. What we're going to see now is a shift back. So this rapid effort to get circuit judges confirmed, that's what President Trump has done more than any. 12 have been confirmed for the circuit courts, is to shift that balance as fast as possible.
We're going to break.